Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Jay Swick here. Hope everybody's doing decent. So before we get this kicked off, I do want to say that I'm considering changing the name over to FB.INSPECTA, which is what we have it over on Instagram. Try to bring a little bit more cohesion. And Jay Swick is just a little bit of a play on my name. So getting on to the actual review, we're doing Gutterfingers. I reached out to him, got one of his molds, specifically his street rat. No, I'm sorry, his gutter rat, street rat, gutter rat, dead rat. Those are his three molds. I'm gonna just show this real quick because it's fantastic. It did come with grip and whatnot, but look at this thing, man. You got magnet in the box. The display is wild. Came with a good couple of stickers. Came with the tool. Like I said, it already came with the other grip. I got it fully decked out. His mold came with blistered trucks and the Pipsqueak F2 wheels. No, I'm sorry. We'll get to that when we actually do the Pipsqueak review. I had to reach out to him and try to figure out that a little bit more. It's gorgeous. I actually fuck with it. Get a little bit of a close-up going on there. So this is the atomic graphic that he's got going on. Once again, this is the gutter rat, and I definitely enjoy this. So, as I usually do, I try to ask everybody a couple of questions before I actually initiate the review. He thinks of his company as a niche, very high-end, and one of those more expensive brands, as every deck I make is one of a kind. He had 2 molds before the dead rat, and he's on his 3rd now. The dead rat trying to be more of a realistic long wheelbase, and it's one of the longer wheelbases in the scene, trying to be more conductive to realistic skating style. Then he had his gutter rat, that's what we have today, which is twin tip, low concave, with some other special ingredients he won't reveal. But he made this after extensive research and what he wanted more into a board. He believes it is the best and most responsive mold in all of fingerboarding. Then he made the street wrap to be more of an industry feel standard, what he recommends to the newer folks getting in. Right now, he's just trying to get word out and brand recognition. He's done business with a couple of bigger companies out there and a lot of collabs, things like that. He makes decks using materials like snakeskin, flowers, and plants. He says things I don't see anyone else doing. I'm a bit known for that for sure. His favorite process of the making of anything is decks and then finally sanding. In particular, he likes seeing the wood turn into as smooth as glass. He's mainly concentrating on deck making. That's mainly his forte, but he definitely wants to make his own bushings. He does make grip. It was very nice. It was very stamped, super thin. One day wheels, but not anytime soon. Maybe in about 2 years if everything works out right. As far as dream collabs, I'm not sure. I've done stuff with Caramel, Pipsqueak, Doe, Jelly Bear, Savage, Trash Bags, as well as some others, but I'd love to collab with 5 Luck or Go on the Road, both amazing companies. As far as 2 seconds. As far as it would be great to see people give similar brands a chance, so many talented creators out there that don't get their due because of the hype train around certain companies. As far as my favorite brands, it goes 5 Luck, Go on the Road, Flint. Those are some of the best brands besides mine in the game, in my opinion. Shout out to Savage Graphics and Dum Dum, Jelly Bear, Pipsqueak. Could name so many, honest. It's hard to choose. So with that being said, my personal opinion on what I got to experience, which was blister trucks, pipsqueak wheels, and his gutter rat mold. Once again, the mold's absolutely wildly. It's got there's some concave, but it's very, very minimal. And why I like this is because you don't have to try hard for kick flips. It's you definitely need to try for the heel flip, but it's not over exaggerated a lot of the time. And then tray flips, it's just scoop. The way that your fingers catch it, it almost feels like your fingers naturally go back to where they're supposed to. So highly like that. Now, as far as the full setup, because I ordered this as a complete, it was extremely low. So I usually ride higher boards. I give that a good try with the blisters, and I definitely did like it. Now, I put some risers and whatnot on it, and then I ended up putting some BRTs on here with the pipsqueaks. And just for the height, this is what I'm definitely more preference to. I'm not saying that there wasn't anything wrong with the blistered setup with this. It's just how long the wheelbase was with how low it is. It was hard for me overall to get my overall pop and whatnot that I wanted on the most obstacles. Now, this could be a variance of the using the stock bushings or grip and whatnot, and it just not fitting my fancy as much as what I want, not being able to get the flips up onto manual pads and whatnot as consistently as I would prefer. But with that being said, the presentation is wildly great. The box was great. He's got decent stickers. He tries to keep his Etsy site pretty well stacked. He gets rid of pipsqueak stuff. I don't think he sells any blistered trucks outright, but he was able to do a wholesale deal with the pipsqueaks and blistered, and overall the whole setup fantastic. I would definitely buy another one of these molds if I ever broke or anything. Like, I kind of don't want to come off of this one. We will be sending probably a handful of boards here in a while to run it back, just keep things flowing and whatnot, so I don't have 35 boards that I'm not touching, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I definitely appreciate him for taking his time to speak with me and give me a detailed feel on what his opinion on his brand is. So once again, it's Jay Swick. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for stopping into the inspection. Be safe. Bye.